Hello everyone. In my last video, we discussed about couple of things about Earth's gravitational pull and Earth's circumference at different latitudes and all. Today we will be discussing about some other thing. Once in one of the competitive exams, it was asked that whether the rotational speed of the Earth at the equator is less than the rotational speed at the North Pole or more than the rotational speed at the North Pole. Now, see, we have to understand it very carefully and very easy to understand. Many of you may be already knowing it. For the beginners, I tell you. See, suppose these are different latitudes, right? And these are longitudes. And say this is also one longitude, okay? And this is another longitude. Now, suppose there is one object here. There is one object, say 1. And there is another object here, okay? Say let this be object 2. This is object 2 and this is object 1. Suppose Earth is rotating from west to east, as you all know. Now, suppose, just for the sake of supposing, suppose in 1 hour's time, because of the Earth's rotation, this object has come here. Okay? Suppose this object has come here. So where will this object come? See, because this entire longitude has also traveled. So this longitude has traveled like this, isn't it? And this object has come here. See, this object has, in 1 hour's time, has traveled this distance. Say this is D1. And this object, in 1 hour's time, has traveled this distance. See, now, say this is D2. Now it is quite obvious that D1 is more than D2. It means this object has traveled more distance and this object has traveled less distance. So as you move from the equator towards the poles, whether it is towards the North Pole or towards the South Pole, okay, the rotational speed of the Earth keeps reducing. Because ultimately, what is rotational speed? Actually, what is speed basically? See, speed is nothing but distance by time. Isn't it? Simple. Distance by time. So here, distance by 1 hour. And here also distance by 1 hour. That is the speed. Simple. So now you will see that since here the distance is more, the speed will be more, because S is equal to d by t. T is same, 1 hour for both the objects. So what has happened here? In this case, the distance is more. This object has traveled more. This is less. Now, as you keep going towards the pole, suppose we are going towards the North Pole now. So right on the North Pole, the rotational speed will be 0. It is as simple as that. See, basing on these facts, the locations for launching satellites, by different countries, are selected. We will come to that later. But this is a fact. The rotational speed of the Earth is maximum at the equator. And as we proceed towards poles, the rotational speed keeps reducing, and finally when we are right on the top of the pole, the rotational speed is 0. Hope you have enjoyed this and understood it correctly. Thank you.